I can't tell you the last time I caught a fish. Oh, there he is. That bass, hell no. 2D'ing a fish nowadays, now maybe if you're in 50, 60 foot, you can still 2D them. But 2D'ing bass is hardly extinct. I'm going to predict this. 5 years from now, unless you're 120 foot or further, you're probably not going to catch them. That's how educated they're getting. You're going to have to set your settings 120 foot away. They're pinging, they're picking up on the pings, they're picking up on the boat slapping, they're picking up on everything. Those bass are so consciously aware of us nowadays that it takes something to trick them. They don't want a wild and crazy bait. Years ago, you could fool them. Can you still catch them and I'm not picking on rage crawl because I've caught a bunch on it. Can you still catch them with baits with action? Yes. Maybe in muddier water, a lot of action. You want to draw attention to it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference between fishing clear water and muddy water. When would you want to throw something with a kick or a lot of vibration? Let's think about a jig. A jig nowadays, the Zoom salty chunk, right? That does what? Doesn't even hardly do nothing. That's why you see the master flippers, Andy Morgan, the people like that. He's just showing the super chunk, something soft. It takes that type of stuff to get them. So then we can go, water temperature. I mean, water temperature, unless it's the 1 week during the spawn when it's getting ready to be 58 degrees, I could give a flying rip about water temperature. I really don't. I don't care. You ask me what the water temperature is besides the first week of April. I have no clue. What's the water temperature, Dudley? I don't know. Why don't you know? Who cares? Who cares? Some bass like hot weather, some bass like cold weather, some bass are going to live deep, some bass are, who cares? Probably is not what you wanted to hear at the seminar, but who cares? Then you got watercolor, of course. We talked about watercolor with, maybe using some movement, something that's got thumps to it. Species, of course, you got largemouth, depending on what you're fishing for. But really, even with largemouth, we all have the rumor, smallmouth, they're just here one day, gone the next day, right? Spotted bass, they're here one day, gone the next day, right? Even with largemouth now, we're learning, they can't hide. They're everywhere. Like in the abyss, learn to fish the abyss, because we could do a forward-facing sonar, and I could talk to you forever about that, but learn to fish the abyss. Is it? Yeah. I don't think I touched on rate of fall. Rate of fall, why is rate of fall important nowadays versus years ago? Rate of fall, we agree that if you're looking for a reaction bite, say you're fishing for schooling fish, they're fast and furious, like they're there, you have to imitate what's happening. So when they are actively feeding, what are the bait fish doing? Truly, what are they doing? They're getting out of dodge, right? They're like, shoo, shoo, hell, I'm getting out of here. Like they're running very fast. That's when you're going to want a heavier bait. Like you want to match the hatch, right? Because we're matching the hatch with a dice with hair in it, right?